Hey there everyone, welcome back to Measure and Mix. Today I'm going to be making some Dollar Tree outdoor decor items to help spruce up my yard and decorate it for the upcoming warm weather. And speaking of sprucing things up and decorating, I have been doing that within a game app on my phone called Tropicats. Tropicats is sponsoring this video today, so thank you so much to them for that. Tropicats is a match 3 game that you can download for free on your Android or iOS device. It takes you on a journey to help crack the mystery of the Great Totem and what happened to these adorable little cats in their island. As the story progresses, you solve puzzles to collect coins to help decorate and rebuild the island. There are hundreds of buildings and decorations to choose from, so it really lets you be creative while restoring the island. I know I have really been enjoying playing this game at the end of the day and collecting the coins and progressing through the levels and trying to unlock them to see what I can rebuild and decorate with next. The puzzles are challenging, so it keeps your mind fresh, but they're not too challenging where you won't find this game relaxing at the end of the night while you're laying in bed or taking a hot bath. So if you guys are interested in downloading the Tropicats free app, check out the link down below in my description box. All right, now let's get on to DIYing.
Alright, the first DIY I'm going to do is with these 2 large hula hoops from Dollar Tree. I think they are the 29.5-inch hula hoops. And the first thing I'm going to do with them is remove the decorative tape that they have on there just by working with it and peeling it off. And I did this to both of the hula hoops. Next, I opened up the hula hoops just by pulling it apart where it was connected at and dumping out the beans inside that make the noise. And then I just reconnected the hula hoops by pushing them back together again. Now I'm going to take this trellis from Dollar Tree, and somehow I lost the footage of me trimming off the 2 bottom pieces from each side that go in the ground and then the top decorative piece. I just used some wire cutters to trim those off. Now I'm going to take both of the hula hoops and I'm going to lay that piece of trellis on the bottom here, and then I'm going to put both of the hula hoops on each side of the trellis and use some zip ties in the color black to zip tie them on the trellis. So if you guys were wondering yet what this is going to be, it is going to be a firewood holder for my back patio. We have a fire pit back there and it would be nice to have something to hold our firewood in. So that is what I'm creating. What I'm going to do next here is go to the top of both the hula hoops and I'm going to close those together in the middle, and I'm going to use some nautical rope. I'm just going to secure it by tying it there and then just wrapping it around the 2 pieces of hula hoop. And I used 1 pack of nautical rope for the top here, and then when I got to the end I used a combination of E6000 and hot glue because I was afraid the hot glue would melt in the sun since it's going to be outside. Next, I'm going to use another 2 things of nautical rope to wrap the bottom of the hula hoop where the zip ties connect the trellis, just to cover up those zip ties and make it match the top. I absolutely love how this turned out. It's kind of got a modern farmhouse vibe to it. I think that this would look great inside as well next to your fireplace, but I love how useful it is. Now it can't hold a ton of wood, but we normally buy a couple bags of wood at a time, so this will be perfect for us to use outside and store our wood. For this next DIY, I'm going to use 2 more of these Dollar Tree trellises, and I'm just going to take my wire cutters and cut the bottom parts off, and then I'm going to cut the decorative parts off. I'm going to start at the curved part of the decorative parts, so I'm leaving a little bit left at the top. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each trellis and I'm going to slightly bend 1 section of them upwards, and then I'm going to take the both of the trellises and I'm going to lay one on top of the other, so that way it kind of looks like a rectangle shape. And I'm just going to make sure that they line up, and I'm going to take some black zip ties and just zip tie where the trellises connect at. Next, the bottom of the trellises had a little bit left over metal that needed to be cut to make this sit evenly, so I just took my wire cutters and I just cut those little pieces down. So this is going to be a lantern. So what I want to do is I want to give this a little bit more shape. So I am pulling on the front and the back of the lantern while using my thumbs to push in on the sides. And this is creating sort of a hexagon shape at the top and the bottom and in the middle of the lantern. So that way it gives it a little bit more definition and makes it look like a lantern. Now what I'm going to do with those top pieces is I'm going to just slightly bend them inward until they all meet in the center. There are two double pieces at the top, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut those off with the wire cutters. Now what I'm going to do to connect the top together is I'm going to take some nautical rope and I'm just going to start at one end and use some hot glue and hot glue it to itself, and then keep going around in a circle a few times. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue that on to the top there. Then once it's kind of secure, then I'm going to continue wrapping that nautical rope to make kind of like a little disc at the top in a decorative part. I used hot glue in this case because these lanterns will probably be sitting mostly in shade, so I wasn't too worried about it melting. Then I just cut another little small piece off and hot glued it to the underside on both sides to create a little handle. I just love how these turned out. Again, they have that modern farmhouse industrial feel. I ended up making two of them because I love them so much. This last DIY, I'm going to be making some lights to hang from my umbrella, and I'm going to be using these Dollar Tree solar stake lights. So I'm just going to remove the stakes from each light, and then I'm going to make sure that I take the orange tags out of each light so that they work. And then I'm going to apply some E6000 to the rims of these glass containers from Dollar Tree. They're like little lanterns with a little handle at the top, and then I'm just going to place the solar light inside of them. And then I just used some twine to hang them from the corners of each of my umbrella. I did realize while I was hanging these that I had some Velcro on each corner to hang some lights, so I might switch them out for that just to make sure that they're a little bit more secure. But I really love how this turned out, and I think it just really lights up my backyard so pretty at night for the spring and summer.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed these Dollar Tree outdoor decor items. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.